Okay, is it working now? Hey Kyle, I think it's working now. So we're live? Yeah, we're live. Yeah, earlier, just a second ago, I was trying to get everything up and rolling, and I don't know what happened, but it wasn't letting me do certain things, so, there we go. So yeah, now it should be working. I'm gonna see. It's not gonna let me lock exposure. Last time, everything was overexposed, and I couldn't stand it. And right now I just have very low lighting in here, so hopefully it won't adjust. If I'm just filming, I can usually lock the exposure, but I don't think it'll let me do it while I'm live streaming, so I don't know why. I can't tap or pause anything. So yeah, we're here. What's up, guys? I see I have 4 people here, so I'm gonna get started. So basically, I'm about to upload a video actually, and I know I've been really kind of not doing that much since I more or less stopped the road trip. And it's not really stopped, it's more like postponed because I needed to get some repairs done, and then for some reason I had some unnecessary things I needed to work on. Or they're not unnecessary, they're things I didn't expect. I expected to be back on the road like 2 weeks ago, and something came up and I wasn't able to, and this was not the plan at all. But I figured since I'm coming back here, I'm gonna get some help, and so this next this next video that's coming up is gonna explain why I'm still here. It's kind of like the only thing that's keeping me here right now is this one other thing, and you'll see in the video. I'll post it right after I'm done with this live stream. I just finished editing it, and there's not a lot to film about since I'm not on the road. When I was on the road, you know, every day I was out doing something, so there's a lot of cool stuff to post about. And since it's not happening now, there's not really anything interesting to post about because the most interesting thing I'm doing is repairs. And then when I'm not doing that, I'm just kind of like being lazy, I guess, because there's nothing here to do, nothing exciting going on. So I haven't been doing much, but while I'm taking my free time, I've been thinking of things that I want to get to work on. And one of those big things is merchandise. So I really want to make like merchandise and stuff. I want to make t-shirts and hats and things like that, you know, and I can't think of anything to make, you know. Like I remember when Jake started making his merchandise at first, he had some like iconic things he would say that a lot of people they really like he had, you know, he was calling everyone with the Wranglers or whatever. So I think he made it initially, I think before he had the I Am Jake stuff, he had like a Wranglers shirt and some other stuff like that, and I can't really think of anything iconic that I can put on a shirt that isn't gonna look like I'm copying something. And so I'm trying to think, and then I started to realize that probably the best thing to do is go to my community and see like, hey, what do you guys, if I was gonna make a t-shirt or a coffee mug or, you know, a hat or whatever, if I was gonna make merchandise for this channel, what is something that you guys would be interested in? Like what's something you'd actually want to buy so I can actually get an idea? I have a couple ideas, but I wanted to see like what you guys, if there was anything that you think is just like something that I could put on a t-shirt that would just be really cool or really something you'd actually be interested in buying, because like I don't want to just make random stuff, and I kind of don't want to just put a picture of me on there. I think that'd be weird. I definitely want the Jeep in it, and I want it to be kind of Jeep inspired, but I can't think of anything aside from like my glasses that would be really interesting. Yeah, Justin, I know I need a logo. I really want to make a logo, and I think that's what I have. I have an idea for the logo, but I won't be able to do it until I get back out and on the vlogs. So I'm gonna make a logo, which I'm going to convert to my, you know, profile picture for everything after I make that logo. And I'm gonna make a t-shirt that's probably just gonna be, say, Life of Trevor, and it's gonna have my quote-unquote logo. I have an idea for that, but aside from that, I want to have more than just that. I don't want to just sell logos. I want to be able to make, you know, kind of cool, fun stuff, because reality of the matter is I need to find a way to make money, and merchandise is a good way to do that because then it helps both of us. I get to create content. You guys can get a t-shirt or whatever if you know, like my content, and that also helps provide for me. So it's kind of like a two-way thing. You guys get something that you like, and I get something that I need. Food for money and gas. So I'm trying to come up with, you know, ideas. So I was hoping to see if anyone had maybe an idea that we could brainstorm. So I wanted to bring that to the table. Aside from that, if anyone has any questions that has nothing to do with that, or just any questions you want to ask about what's going on or how everything's going, that would be great too. So because it's Wednesday and I like to do Q&As with everybody on Wednesday, and having this live factor really helps. I like doing the live stream more than just the Q&A video. It makes it a lot easier to just knock out Wednesdays. Okay, so let me see. All right. Okay, Technical Indian, I know who you are. Am I allowed to exploit your name, or do you want to keep yourself kind of hidden? But yes, I do need, that would be cool, actually. I kind of thought about that, the whole glasses thing, what you said about putting my glasses in. My only thing was, like, Casey Neistat's iconic thing, and I didn't want to, like, copy that, because people really flip out about that. But I might do that, get a good, like, a silhouette of the glasses with that. I might do it anyway, just because mine are blue, and his are black with a white outline. T-shirt, hat, stickers, I'd vote for that. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Yes, the Technical Indian's actually my cousin, so what's up? I forget that you follow my channel sometimes. Funny story, one time we were actually playing on the Xbox and his brother logged on, and I think it's something Indian. Our whole family, because that side of my family is Native American, they all, like, my grandpa and stuff, actually on his car has, like, NDN on his truck. Like, I think it's NDN truck, I think is what he put on there. And one time my dad was driving his truck, and because my dad's very light-skinned, somebody was like, oh, you can't do that, you know, people get mad. And he's like, my dad's Indian. So that was funny. People are very sensitive nowadays. I don't know why I said that, I just thought it was interesting. Where's the comments? All right, so any comments, or not comments, questions, any questions that anyone has, or suggestions for merchandise? If we're launching anything, I think you should really focus on your channel identity. What defines it? What makes you different from the other content creator? Me. I'm what makes me different from I'm my own person. I don't know what else to say by that. I mean, I actually have some stuff I've been making, and I just got too lazy to keep making those. But I don't know what makes any content creator different. We all have very similar aspects of our channel, and I guess there are key differences, but I think the biggest key difference in most channels is going to be personality. Because if you really look at the core of a lot of people who say you're copying so-and-so, I mean, when Casey Neistat came out with his videos, a lot of people judged everybody else who was inspired by Casey Neistat that they were quote-unquote copying him. And there were a few people who were, like, very obviously not just the style of their video, but they had the glasses. They even made their glasses look like Casey Neistat's glasses, and a lot of other things, and everybody was, you're just copying Casey Neistat. And some of them were very, like, they were trying to talk like him, act like him in every single aspect. But then there was also a lot of people who were inspired by him to create their channels anyway, and you could tell that their videos were inspired by, but not necessarily copying, because they had their own personality in these videos, and they had their own, like, idea of what they wanted, but they saw what Casey Neistat did, and they took that and said, hey, I like that, and then they were inspired by it and continued making videos and kind of a twist of their own personality, but with Casey Neistat's, you know, kind of vibe to it, I guess you could say, and the way that he edited his videos, and those people were still bashed for being copycats. So I think that the biggest difference between most vloggers, because I'll watch vlogs all the time, and if I would have made mine first, I can look back on theirs and be like, hey, they're copying me. But I mean, I wouldn't say that, but reason being is because anyone who's a content creator can tell you that there's a very small amount of, for example, music. Like, I've watched so many videos of van lifers and stuff, and they all use the same music. It's all the same music Casey Neistat uses too, because there's not a lot of music we're allowed to use, and most of us have a similar idea of what we want our channels to be like, and that music really pulls it together. I think every single song I've used for my channel so far has even been, like, I found it from it being called, like, Casey Neistat style music, because he was, you know, at the top of that hill. So it's really hard to find, yeah, like Kyle said, it's really hard to find music that's not copyright. So a lot of people will use the exact same music because it's all going to be non-copyright music, and there's really like two. It's either like hard rock, which doesn't sound good for vlogs, or it's going to be like vlog music, which all sounds the same at the end of the day. And I like the vlog music. Like, I'll listen to vlog music even when I'm just like driving my Jeep around and stuff. Like, that's probably the only music I kind of really listen to. And then even if it's not vlog music, it's music that I wish I could use for vlogs because it's got the same classy sound to it. But as for what makes me different, I feel like that's kind of just my personality, because I feel like a lot of the reason that people think I'm copying, I've been accused of copying Casey Neistat a lot, and I think it's really funny to me because the only thing that we have in common, I think, is the fact that we both live in Jeep YJs. And that's something that I think that's our the only thing that makes us the same, is that we both are trying to live in Jeep YJs, or were, I guess, since he's not anymore. But aside from that, like, and I think that was kind of an issue for him even, because when he took the Jade away from his channel, a lot of people didn't see him in the same light. But I still watch his videos, and I think that the key was his personality in it, but also his personality did change a lot throughout it. But aside from going on to that tangent, I think that, you know, I already have an idea of like who I am and what my channel represents. This is really going off topic from the question, I guess, but that, to me, I already know like what I am, and what I'm trying to figure out is how to represent that in a way that people won't think I'm just kind of ripping off other people, or, you know, like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, the only reason that I still wear these is because, like, I could have got polarized lenses like this, but the blue glasses, if you saw my video where I lost them, these blue Wayfarers are like iconic to my channel, I think. And so that's why, I don't know, to me, and I don't know how I got on that rant. I've been ranting for like 5 minutes now. So, did anyone say anything in that whole time, or was I just going on my tangent? I go to SoundCloud, where I get most of my music. I used to, actually, and it's still a good platform, but I had a lot of trouble finding music there. So now what I do is I find it on YouTube, and then I find the download link to it, and that's what I usually do. SoundCloud is good though. However they filter it to only find non-copyrights, I couldn't figure that out, and I got bored of doing that, or not bored, I guess, just irritated. I create my own, but I can't be time. You create your own That's true. Your one video that you have on your channel, or the last time I saw it, you had one, but I remember watching it and I was like, that's actually really good. Like, your quality is really good. Your quality is really good on that. You should actually upload more, because that was cool. Unless you do, and I just haven't seen your channel. But don't you just make videos about music though? So I don't think that counts. Oh, the light's still overexposing me. I'm probably gonna go buy a knife today. There's this knife. I really wanted to buy a survival knife before I left on my trip. And I bought a hatchet, so I figured I'd be okay. And I intend to use the hatchet probably when I start, you know, making fire stuff, going camping more, doing more off-grid stuff, and living off the land. But when it comes to certain things, there's some things you can do with a hatchet you can't really do with a knife, and the other way around. And so I have, you know, I got my pocket knife and stuff, but there's a difference between this and a survival knife. And I was trying to find like the perfect survival knife, and I was thinking about getting like a buck. I think it's 150. It's actually a hunting knife, and it's a fixed blade. It's about, I want to say it's probably about a foot long. I don't remember exactly. And I was really interested in getting it. It was a decent price, but it was going to be around $100 to get the kind of knife I wanted. Well, I was doing more research, and when I was at the military surplus store, this guy was showing me the Kabars. And I liked the way that they looked, kind of like a military knife. But I thought that it would probably be better off just getting the buck knife that I was looking at. And he actually showed me one. It's the Kabar BK2 and BK22. They're the same with different sheaths. And he showed me a couple other, the Kabar BK knives, and they are like really nice. The one of them he was showing me, it's their bestseller. It's the BK2, and it's got a good grip on it. It's a little bulky, but I have bigger hands, so it has a nice feel to it. It's got 3 screws that hold in the handle, and he tells me a lot of people will buy them, and the blade lasts forever. And if the handle ever wears out or anything, they'll just unscrew it and make their own handle and put it on, or buy you can buy like other handles and put those on. So it's a really nice knife. I'll show you guys if I get it, because I'm going to be really excited, because It's but the reason a lot of people like it is because it's so thick at the end and it's a short blade that you can actually like chop wood with it, like a good survival knife where you just kind of chafe wood and stuff. But it's also, the guy said a lot of people like it because it's completely flat in the back. So if you need to use it like a flint to try to start a fire or whatever, it's really good for that too. And I hadn't considered that, so I'm thinking about having that, probably keeping that on hand with me a lot for survival purposes. I say that like I'm gonna totally be going off grid and stuff. I don't know. I used to just love using a knife as a kid. I used to carve stuff out of wood. I'd go over to my friend's house and we'd take our cheap pocket knives. Like, it was nothing like this. I mean, literally like gas station pocket knives, and we would carve like spears and stuff. I don't even know how we did it. Like, now I probably had calluses all over my hands. I was a crazy kid. I loved playing with sticks and stuff. We'd run around in the forest and with our spears, and we did weird stuff. I saw a couple comments pop up while I was talking. I can't be typing. I mainly use 3 matches and my bush knife. You should send me a picture of what knife you have. I know you messaged me on Instagram. 3 matches and my bush knife. I do have matches too, but I was doing research because I built a survival kit for my Jeep just in case I ever have a mega emergency. And apparently you need, I don't know why, because I'm not a survivalist, but I have matches and I also have flint and steel. I figure worst case scenario, you've run out of matches and you need to use flint and steel. It's good to have. But if you're just like casually camping, I mean, I have a lighter, for heaven's sake. It's I'm not sure. I'm not a Boy Scout, but flint, it wasn't too expensive. It was, I want to say it was less than $10 to get the flint and steel. So you just kind of scrape it together. We're going way off topic. There's more people here now, and now there's one less. Okay, so for new people, if you are here and you haven't been caught up to date, I'm talking about trying, or I was talking about trying to see about making some merchandise for the channel. If anyone has any ideas of something you'd be interested in merchandise-wise, let me know. Or if you have any questions, we're just kind of chatting here, talking about whatever, any questions you might have about me or my channel or whatever else. I wish I could see who was here, but I feel like that they won't let you do that because I can't even tap on the screen. So, yep, this is probably the lowest Q&A I've ever had. Usually people are a lot more lively, but not today. Not today, folks. What else is there to talk about? I don't know, really. I figured out why I really hate the GoPro. The GoPro's audio, I usually hate it because when I'm holding it, even like with a tripod or whatever, it always has a shaky noise. And I actually found out why after doing a lot of research. And I guess this is like only on the GoPro 7. But it doesn't really matter because all the older ones, the reason that they probably don't work is because they have this like, already have a lot of problems. So when you're holding it, and I don't know if it works with this because I haven't used this, what happens is you're hearing the grippiness of this and the clanking around. So anytime you move your fingers or whatever, the sound is traveling up that pole onto the GoPro, which is picking up that sound, which you can hear that. And I hate recording on the GoPro because you can hear that shaky sound. But I've been thinking I really need to use the GoPro a lot more often because this little thing can actually do some crazy stuff. And so I got this. This is a this is a $30 little like flotation grip, and something I like about it, it's got foam on the grip. I usually buy the off-brand $10, $20 grips, but I've broken like 5 of those, so I decided to just spend the $30 and get this. And I didn't realize this, but theoretically, and I haven't tested this out yet, this foam will probably help reduce that shaky noise while I'm recording with the GoPro, so I might actually start using the GoPro a lot more to get unique shots that I usually wouldn't get. Like if I want to, you know, jump in the water or whatever, I can have the GoPro on me and record that. So yeah, this GoPro is going to get used a lot more. I actually just used it in this last video for a couple things, and I'm kind of proud of that. I should definitely use it more than I do. Okay, what did Samuel say? Put a sticker on my guitar case if you make them. I'll make a sticker. I'll be sure to do that. I have an idea for what I want for a logo, but it requires the roof rack, so I have to wait for the roof rack to be made, and then once I get to Colorado. My thing is I'm gonna have to try to figure out Photoshop, because I'm sure you guys have seen, sure some of you guys have seen I Am Jake's logo, and if you know where he got that, it was actually a picture he took, I think, in Moab, and I guess he just really liked it because he actually took that, what was initially a picture, and made it like a silhouette, and then he, used Photoshop, or had someone use Photoshop or whatever to make that what is his logo. And I really liked the idea of the silhouette being a thing, because I don't really want a picture of me and being on there. Like, I want to be on there, but I don't want like my face to be on there. And so I was like, I want that silhouette, but how do I do it in a way that's not copying him? And I actually came up with a great idea, but I haven't had the chance to go out and do it. Thank you, Bruce. That would be very helpful. Bruce actually designed this thing. I might upload it on my Instagram because it is really cool. And I actually thought about it for a while, putting it on my channel, or not my channel, putting it on a t-shirt. I considered it. I was gonna ask him if I could do it, and I'm sure he would have let me, but I actually just decided I didn't want to do it. But it's really cool. Might upload it on my Instagram, so if you're not following me on Instagram, go check that out. But it just couldn't get past the fact that it was so, like, I guess realistic. It was more of like a picture, and I didn't like that, so I decided to bail out. What's up, Terrence? We're talking about the possibility of me making merchandise on my channel while I'm sitting at home not doing anything. I need to measure the Jeep's hardtop. Jeff told me to measure the hardtop, or measure the, framing, so I can give him an idea of how big I want the hardtop to be. So I need to do that, so he knows, so he can get the metal for it. Otherwise, we're gonna be here for a long time. I did order some parts though too. Really just two. I'm gonna get those jerry can mounts on the side of the bumper. They're supposed to be here sometime next week, which is when I'm planning on leaving again. I'm hoping that I'll be ready to leave by next week. And if for some reason I'm not, I'm gonna be upset. But if I'm ready to leave and those parts aren't coming in the next few days, I'm gonna cancel the order. So I'm hoping they'll be here in time so I can put those on, pack up, and leave. I highly considered buying the Garvin roof rack. It wasn't really in the budget. First of all, it's I think just over $1,200, and I really liked how it looked in general, but there was a couple things I didn't like about it, and I really took it into consideration, and I even contacted them to see if they'd be interested in sponsoring one to me. But I didn't really get a yes or no on it, and that was actually kind of harder. And like, I don't feel like I'm obligated to it. I just was kind of hoping they would either say yes so I could, no, or even just saying no so I could order one, because I actually decided that if they tell me they're not going to sponsor me, I'll just buy one, which I had no problem doing. But after I started looking at my funds after getting the gears redone and everything, because I actually didn't expect to have to buy casing for the gears, and that set me back $400 I didn't know. So I decided to not go with the Garvin. I didn't call them because I didn't really want to harass it too much. So what I'm going to do, actually, because I bought the Smittybilt, which is a $300 rack. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's a little less. But I went in, I just decided to purchase that. And I know a lot of people purchase it and really don't utilize it, or they'll purchase it and they'll complain about the vibration or how it's not very sturdy and stuff. And now that I have it, what I want to really do is I want to see if I can eliminate that for a budget and see what we can do for a budget. Because I know a lot of people want to do like this kind of, at least overlanding stuff, and they can't afford the Garvin. So I kind of was thinking about it. I think it'd be really cool if I can find a way to make this roof rack just as sturdy as a Garvin, so people can see what you can do. Like if you can find a welder or a fabricator in your town, how you can get this done for a budget. So I'm hoping me and Jeff can figure that out, and I mean, we'll see how well it holds up. Worst case scenario, I'm sure it'll last me at least a few months, and that's a worst case scenario. And if it fails on me, I'll see if I can contact Garvin and whatever, but I really doubt it, because Jeff's a pretty smart guy. So I think anything that would happen would probably be strictly on the fault of the Smittybilt just not being as sturdy as I'm hoping it would have to be because the Smittybilt just isn't as strong a roof rack as I was hoping it is, but I don't think that'll be the case. I think we can do it, and I think it'd be really cool to show you guys how you can do this whole thing on a budget, you know, get a roof rack that you can throw a bunch of heavy equipment on top of and still be able to do this without breaking your bank. So we'll see about that. And then if for some reason it doesn't work out, well, I'll be able to tell you from there. But we're going with the budget option. Half the price, see if we can get about half the price of a Garmin and just as high quality. Yeah, it is expensive, and I think that's why I think it'd be really cool if I can find a way to make the budget option of a Garmin. The only thing is it's not going to look as pretty. I mean, the flushness of it, because the poles go on the outside of the Jeep and kind of cross over, so it's not going to look as good. That was another reason why people didn't like the roof racks, is because the cheap one it's just not as appealing to the eye. But if I can find a way to do it for a budget, see if it looks good, and if this all works out, a really cool thing is because it does sit on the outside, I'll be able to make the rack, because we're customizing it, it's going to be wider than a Garmin, so I'm actually going to have more storage space up there. And also, since Jeff's helping me with it, I'm going to see about if he can just fab me up a little ladder, and that'll help too, so I have a ladder to get in the back. And I know they sell separate ladders for the Garmin if you purchase a Garmin. And then what's the other brand? I don't remember. There's another brand, Gobi. Gobi also sells one, and I think theirs comes with a ladder, but theirs is more expensive. But so I'm gonna see if I can just basically make a hybrid between a Garmin and a Gobi, and just make a heavy duty rack with a ladder and storage space for like a fraction of the cost. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see what we can build up. I'm really excited for that happening. That's supposed to all happen sometime this week. And then also my family is thinking about going on a camping trip sometime this weekend in the next couple days. So we'll see if we can do that. That'd be fun to record. Finally get out in nature and actually do something. So I've been locked up in this house for the last 3-4 weeks. I have been away from nature for so long. I hate it. I don't like it any more than anyone else does. I want to be back on the road more than anyone else. I promise. I'm not like excited about this, but once I get back on the road though, I'm going to be a lot more prepared than I was the first time. I'm going to have the roof rack. I'm going to have a lot of stuff out of the Jeep. I'm going to have those gears so I don't have to worry about rolling down a mountain again. I'm going to have better fuel economy. It's going to be a lot better. And I'm going to make sure that 4-wheel drive is fixed somehow. I don't know how, but we're going to fix the 4-wheel drive because that shifter is driving me crazy. So yeah, any questions before I end the live stream? Getting about to that 30-minute mark. There's a lot more people here now though, so does anyone have any questions or any input on what you'd want to see for merchandise? Obviously you want t-shirts and stuff, like that's the whole idea, but any ideas of what you'd want to see on there? Like I'm not sure how to ask because I just don't have any ideas, so I was trying to see if anyone had any ideas. Something you would actually buy, like maybe we can put a picture of Kai. I'm just going to get a picture of Kai and put that on a t-shirt and see if people want it. Because he's cuter than me. I don't mind if he's on a t-shirt. I just don't want to be on the t-shirt. We'll get a picture of Kai and it'll just say Puppy Kai. With a picture of Kai looking grumpy. Because anytime I take a picture of him, he never looks happy. I think I have very few pictures of Kai being happy. He always looks like ticked off. Every picture of him, he looks so serious. I think it's because every time he's happy, I can't get a picture of him. Because as soon as I pull my phone out, he's running around and playing and stuff. And the only time I can get a picture of him is when he's tired or actually ticked off. So that's probably why. I like this knife, but I need to sharpen it. I think I dulled it a little bit. No, it's still pretty sharp. Okay, I'm gonna end the live stream if nobody has anything to ask because I'm running out of things to say. And I will have a video uploaded, like right after I end this, I'm gonna upload it, so you guys will have that to watch. So anything before I leave? Any questions? You could put together a recommended gear list for camping or outdoors. Recommended gear list. Are you saying like I should put that on a shirt, or are you like just in general? Put together. You could put together a recommended gear list for camping or outdoors. I have something like that in my description, but I need to update it. It's kind of just a list of all the gear I have. Okay. I'm just gonna wait for that answer and then I'll end the live stream. It feels like an ASMR video now, like I'm talking really quietly and relaxed. That's what I should do. I should start an ASMR channel. I'll just do all that, like, tapping stuff. I'd be like, I call it Trevor ASMR, and I'll just... That's a good idea, though. I have in my description, if you guys look at my description, I have a list of, like, the gear I have for the Jeep and stuff, but I haven't updated it in a while, so I'm probably going to go back over that and show you what camera gear I have, the camera gear I use, as well as my lens, all that stuff, and then also what camping gear I have. So I didn't really have a lot of stuff before, so I kind of just put it down, but here in a minute, or here soon in the future, I'm going to put a list of all the different gear I have, and I'll put that in the description. So if you're ever curious, like what my axe is or what my knife is or anything like that, I'm going to put that in the description so you guys can kind of look over that and see the different gear I use. So if you're ever like, hey, what camera do you use? Hey, what mic do you use for your videos? Or, you know, what's that axe that you have, the knife, or pretty much anything like that. I'll put it in the description so you guys can see in case you want to purchase any of those things for yourself. And yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about, unfortunately, since now I have 10 people watching versus before I had like 5. But yeah, I'm gonna go upload this video so you guys can watch that, and then I'm gonna go measure the Jeep so I can tell Jeff what I need for my roof rack so he can get to work on that, and then hopefully I'll be camping soon. I'll get the next upload out as soon as I have something something actually interesting to upload. Really hope to be back on the road. I'm tired. Be back on the road really soon, guys. And yeah, thanks for all your help. I'll try to get to work on some merchandise, see if I can come up with anything interesting, and have a great day.